I've got a bit of what's the name? Other products are probably available. Something steel, basically putty metal, plastic metal. So I'm gonna just mix a bit of this up. Easy, Tiger. We've all had a drink. Paul's just gone down. Mix a bit of this up. Oh, might be I think it's going to be all of it. I think. On the way down here, me and Paul were having dry March, and I might be speaking a little bit soon, but this is not looking. It's not as moist as it. Oh, I don't know. I'm needing it. I'm needing it. Oh, come on.
Beer.
And me. We're not alcoholics.
It's been a long day.
It's been a good day.
It's been a great day. What, celebrating with beer?
Oh, this might be alright. We might be getting there.
And it's non-alcoholic beer, don't forget.
Oh, is it right? Right, I've proper smidged it in there. But it was going off. It's gone off. It's gone off.
Already?
Yeah, it's gone. So we'll see what happens. Oh, it's not going to work.
Is it not? Well, it might hold it.
It's not going to work because it wasn't clean enough. I should have scratched it up with a bit of 80 grit or something, but obviously I ain't got jack, did I? What? We've got our things, right? Me and Alan have got Italian burgers. That's I thought it was an egg, but it's mozzarella, tomatoes, bit of mayonnaise, bit of garnish. Paul's gone for cod. He's picking the bones out of that at the moment. Yeah, complete with skeleton, and patatas fritters, and yeah, it's all right.
It's very
Oh, the beer's running out, but we'll sort that out now. Morning, guys. We're having breakfast. Well, me and Paul have opted for the orange juice and coffee option because we're not quite fully, I don't know what the word is, but Alan's all over it. He's doing the toast. I had a petit incident again. Getting in the shower. There's a stool strategically placed so when you get in the shower, the back of your heel hits said stool. And remember that game, Buckaroo, where you have to unhook things off this donkey and then at a certain point the donkey flipped. Well, that's what the stool did. I caught it with the back of my heel and cut my heel and bang, crash, and it's all echoey, tiled. Did you not hear it? You did hear it? Yeah, it had some. The stool literally just... So I was in the bathroom flipping stools.
I thought that was all noise. I thought that was you going over again. I went, oh, there's Lee's morning ball.
Yeah, and I looked at the, because they've only put half a shower door screen in, like a lot of, you know, some of the water's gone on the tiled floor, and I thought, here we go. But I managed it. We're in Spain. Ice.
It's because it's cool. It's ice.
Ice. We were just remarking upon the baffle bodge. We've gone for a little wager. I said it's going to last about 5 miles before that comes popping back out. Paul's gone for 7 because he's got faith in me. So he's given it another 2 mile. What did you say? I can't remember. Oh yeah, you said all day, yeah. I think I know what's wrong with the bike, by the way. There's a little plastic cap that goes on the end of a rod which goes against the timing chain tensioner, and we think the little plastic piece has gone. But anyway, we'll hopefully see if we can borrow some toolage, flywheel puller, etc., and get that off, because I want to get to it and see. I want to fix it, really. I don't want someone else doing it, but that might not be a realistic idea. We'll see what happens. Right, we're going to hit the road. Catch you in a bit, guys. I'm going up the stairs. Right, let's get ready to go. Right, we're off. 119 miles. Should get to Pink My Bike at about 12:30 if we didn't stop, which obviously we will. So 8 degrees, but you know what, that's perfect. I thought that was actually a bloke sat there then. I thought it was a geezer milking a cow. I didn't see the cow to start with, I just thought it was a geezer. Well, this is interesting. Right, come on sat nav, there we go. Last night what I did with the sat nav was I used the My Drive app on my phone, and I went to Pink My Bike, got the address, put it in on I copied it off Google, pasted it into My Drive on my phone, connected my phone to the TomTom through Bluetooth, and then basically it synced the My Drive app with my phone, with the sat nav. I didn't have to do anything, I didn't have to actually send it, it just came up on the sat nav. It was about 2 o'clock this morning and I got the volume really loud on it, and it came up saying what's he pointing at? I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, we're on a dead road. That's interesting. Okay. Yeah, anyway, and it came up saying you've received a new route, or you've received a destination, or something like that, it said. So that's one way of doing it, but I'm sure it's just me being a numpty, and I will work it out how to actually, I mean, normally you put in a postcode and then a street name and then a number. That's how sat navs, I thought, always seem to work, but no matter what I was doing yesterday trying to put a place in, it just wouldn't have it at all. It's like here, it would only bring me to the centre of the town. I couldn't put the hotel in. Or am I dreaming? Because it did actually take me to the hotel, didn't it? But I think I did put, or did I put the road name? Do you know what? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm sure most of it is me being a dick, but I'll get there. See sat nav, oh yeah, up there. Right. Oh, there it goes. That didn't last long, did it? That's his baffle. That didn't last long at all. So I didn't do the 5 miles. Pain in the ass this has been. This has been a pain in the ass right from the start, this. I got it. That's a nice Vance and Hines system you got on there, sir.
Well, I think you won the bet.
Yeah, because less than 5 miles, yeah. I'm just letting it cool before I put it in my... before I put it anywhere, because it's hot.
Like me.
It's not as hot as you, but it's hot. That's it, nearly drive into the back of my bike. What's up? Well, as I'm running out of food, it's making more room for bits that fall off. So yeah, as bits fall off, I'll just put them in there.
That's right then.
Yeah.
Bus.
Yeah, there's a bus there. That baffle was a pain in the ass. We spent ages trying to get that to stay in there. When we did it all, I mean, when we did all the work on it. But hopefully by the time you see this video, you will have seen the build video of that. Anyway, the baffle falling out is the least of the problems. Just got to hope the timing chain doesn't get any looser and slip a tooth, because then that'll be the valves and the new piston, possibly the new piston anyway, but that'll be that shafted. Right then, let's get some salvage going on. So we got 118 miles to go. Should get there 12, well, I reckon it'll be about 1:30 by the time we get there realistically. Oh, this could be interesting. Oh my god. Oh jeez. Right, well, we've got 52 miles to go till we get to pink my bike. Pull over here by the bins. Oh, it's from Luxembourg. Oh, love that space. That's a tidy Sprinter. Right. Yeah, so 52 miles to go. 18 minutes past 1 it's saying. What's that funny little mark? Oh, yeah, that's a bit queer, look. It's 12:16 now. It's 12:16 now, and we're going to get there at 1:19, and then it's got a -1. Does that mean UK time in Portugal? I think Alan was saying something about that a minute ago. I've never heard that before, but then I've never been to Portugal. It's one of the places I've not been, so I didn't know that. I thought all of Europe, apart from when you go like very east, I thought was all the same. Obviously not then. Got their work cut out there, haven't they? just breathed all that in. Oh my God. What's this turkey doing here? Dead cat. Right guys, 24 miles to the border. Well, I was going to say 25 miles to the border. I hope you can hear me due to the excessive noise pollution from the monkey. 24 miles to pink my bike. So I'm guessing we're not that far from the border of Portugal now. Right, well, we have made it to Portugal. And what's more outrageous is he's made it to Portugal on that tiny little bike. That tiny little bike has made it to Portugal. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh, brilliant. Right then, mile and a half to go. Oh, what's that? Couple of things. Wow, that's a roundabout, isn't it? It's full of all sorts of things. Waterfalls, water feature, bulls fighting, people. Had it all going on that roundabout. Right, we got a mile till we get to pink my bike. I'm sucking on a strepsil. Just saying. Oh look, it's a thing with broken chains. Look at the chains. That's cool. I like that. Bit of artwork there, look. That's a bit mad. 3/4 of a mile. Bloody hell, that's noisy. Alex will like that. It's got Alex's name all over that monkey bike now. Now it's noisy. Yeah. Just crunching up a strapsaw a minute. Sorry. Look at that. There's another water thing, feature, fountain type affair. $700 yards. Yeah, 600 yards down here. Oh, it was saying down there. Yep. Look at him. She's thinking, what the hell's that? Look at him. Oh my God. Should be round here on the left, and we've reached our destination, apparently.
Turn left, then you have reached your destination.
Right, we've arrived. This is the owner of Pink My Bike,
Yes.
and his name is
João.
I'll let him say that to you again.
João.
And we are now, he's now taken us to a restaurant where we're going to have some steak, and we're leaving our bikes here, and obviously we're going in style to the restaurant, and then we're going to come back, see if we can get the flywheel puller possibly. We got to try and make some inquiries and see if we can get that little button, that little cap for the chain tensioner. We'll see how that goes in a minute. But more importantly, I've just noticed something. There's a slight...
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's quite a normal problem. Let me see. Oh, let me see if I have some gaffer tape.
Yeah, bit of gaffer. Does my bum look big in this?
No, it looks really small. It's hollow. How much gas? Are you full?
Oh. It's quiet. I can't believe how quiet they are. Oh, Jesus. That's not good. That's not good, is it? Not what you want to see. We've got to give way. What was that about? It's all a bit weird. I've established something. It's a little bit odd here. Oh, it's quite nice actually. Quite soft. Quite soft. I don't know what gear I'm in. Oh yeah. They're so quiet. Oh my God. Can't believe how quiet they are. It's really weird seeing these on Facebook and on the internet for the last, I don't know, couple of months or so, and now I'm on one. Fair play to these guys. I mean, they've put a package for us together for Alan's leg 3. I can't see they're going to make any money out of it at all. They're just obviously doing it, I'm guessing, in the hope, a bit like everybody does with things like this, you know, a bit of publicity, do you know what I mean? But genuinely nice guys, I can tell that already. They're comfy. I'm really surprised how comfy it is. Be interesting to see what Alan thinks after riding his all the way down here. The comparison. We got some little steaks on the go here.
The piggy.
Cheers, YouTube.
To be fair, I want to film that now.
Cheers, dude.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Saúde.
What was that? Oh, what was that?
Saúde. Saúde.
Savuda.
Yeah, so
Savuda.
Saúde.
Savuda. Savuda. Dave's paid for us. Thanks, Dave. He's paid for our dinner. Paid for our dinner, bless him. He wouldn't have it. We tried to not let him, but he wouldn't have it. So we're going to buy the beer later.
No, this one.
Oh, there you are, look at that, pterodactyls. Genuine pterodactyls.
I'm Portugal.
I'm slowly learning a little bit of Portuguese. I've learned caralho, which is like cock. And I've learned obrigado, which is thank you if it's a man, and obrigada if it's thank you to a lady. So there you go, guys. Learn Portuguese.
You want to stretch the bikes a little bit? Yeah?
Do we want to what?
You want to stretch the bikes a little bit? The one who goes in front goes to the left or to the right? The one who goes to that leads?
To the left normally.
Right? Yeah, that's what I thought as well.
If you want to do it properly.
Yeah, of course. No.
I thought you had that look about you that you want to do it properly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you go now.
I don't know where I'm going.
Is there a bit I can go in front with the long stretch? Yeah. We're gonna stretch them a little bit because the time is of the essence as well, right? So we're gonna stretch and then we'll come back. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do like, I don't know, 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. While we come back. Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah.
Do you want to go in front of me?
I want to get some beanage in a minute.
He wants to give it some beanage, he said. Some banage. Oh, look at that. We're going to go to a local mechanic now and see what happens, basically. Here we are. Oh God, got a dog. Regardez le chien. Looks alright though. Oh, there's more dogs. I like this area. Why haven't I got an area like that? Right, let's see what happens here then. Okay, we are now going to a Honda dealership, which is apparently 1 kilometre away, to see if they've got this part, this little plastic Ujimi flip. The little warbling grommet.
He's also on YouTube a lot.
I showed you. Oh, I was going to point him on my bike. Nightcrawler 666.
Nightcrawler.
666. Right. See you in a bit, hopefully. Let's go to the Honda dealership. See how this works out. I'll be absolutely amazed if they've got one of these warbling grommets that goes on the end of the giggling shaft. Well, there's obviously been the usual breakdown in communication somewhere, because this isn't 1 kilometre. We've been tearing it up, tearing shit up through the town here for, I don't know, 10 minutes minimum. So yeah, it's not 1 kilometre, but still, as long as we get there before they shut. Not that they're going to have the part, but let's have some optimism. You never know. Okay, Sierra in there. Let's see how this goes. Right, we've just ordered the warbling grommet that goes on the end of the giggling shaft. The lady here, she's just ordered it. It's €3.50 or something. That's fine. I just want to be 100% confident that that's what the problem is. And obviously we haven't seen the problem. We're just going by you know, a common thing that I've found out. My mate Ben in the garage next door to me told me about this common problem. He looked on the internet. So anyway, I looked it up, and it has got the exact symptoms of what is on the internet, and apparently it's that little thing, that little spacer, grommet, whatever you want to call it, on the end of the cam chain tensioner. So apparently it allows a little bit of slack in the chain, and then the chain rubs against second gear on the downshift, and that is exactly what it's doing. So like I say, they've ordered it, €3.50. We're going back to the shop now, and I want to take the cover off the casing, and even though you can't get the tensioner off without the without taking the flywheel off, say that's the flywheel, well, the tensioner is behind it, so you can't apparently get to it without taking the flywheel off. But I might be able to just sort of look in behind it and see if that bit's collapsed, because I'd rather know 100% that that's what it is before we book it in with that place for them to do it, because they're only like 35 or 30 euros an hour or something, which is really cheap. But I don't want to not know what it is and us book it in with them, and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, it needs this, it needs that, it needs everything under the sun. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I want to take the casing off in a minute when we get back, and have a beer and see what the crack is. Look at that, 100E Escort, all sorts of old stuff in there. Merc, like what my mum and dad had. All sorts of really cool stuff in there.